Hello students, in last lecture we have seen theorem 11, that is limit of sum of two sequences is equal to sum of limits of two sequences. Now in this theorem we see subtraction of limit of subtraction of two sequences is equal to subtraction of their limits. So statement is if sequence Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity and sequence Tn n is equal to 1 to infinity are sequences of real numbers, and if limit of Sn n tends to infinity is equal to L and limit of Tn n tends to infinity is equal to M, then limit of Sn minus Tn is equal to L minus M, or it is equal to limit of Sn n tends to infinity minus limit of Tn n tends to infinity. So similar to previous theorem, we prove this theorem also. So you know that we have given limit of Sn is equal to L and limit of Tn is equal to M, and here we use definition of limit. So since limit of Sn is equal to L, we can say that for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists an integer n1 belongs to capital I such that mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon by 2. Instead of epsilon we can take epsilon by 2 for our convenience, and this is for all n greater than or equal to this n1. Similar to for sequence Sn, Tn, limit of sequence Tn is equal to M. Therefore, for this given epsilon, there exists a integer n2 such that mod Tn minus M is less than epsilon by 2 for n greater than or equal to this capital N2. So, like in previous theorem, here also we choose n is equal to maximum number between n1 and n2, so that we can write this statement for both the sequences. So mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon by 2 and mod Tn minus M is also less than epsilon by 2 for n greater than or equal to capital N. So this is common terms of n, and we can write for both the sequences, that is this is n is greater than or equal to n. Now since we have to show that limit of Sn minus Tn is equal to L minus M, and for that we know that we have to show that if limit of Sn is equal to L, then we have to show that limit of mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon. Similar to that, we have to show that limit of Sn minus Tn is equal to L minus M. Therefore, this is sequence Sn minus Tn and minus, this is its limit. So we take in modulus or in absolute Sn minus Tn minus L minus M. So now this is equal to, since we have to use this above equation or statement, that is mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon by 2. So here we adjust these terms as this Sn minus L minus Tn minus M. See here Sn minus L, here is Sn, here is minus L, and this minus Tn minus M means minus Tn minus minus plus M. Minus Tn plus M is here, here also minus Tn, and this is minus minus plus M. So this and this equal, simply we adjusted the terms. So now this is less than or equal to, we separate these two terms in modulus as mod Sn minus L plus mod Tn minus m. So here also we have used the property of modulus. Mod A minus B is less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. You see here is minus sign and here is plus sign, but we can write like this. So if we write here minus, then here will be 0. So we can use this property that mod of A minus B is less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. Therefore, this mod Sn minus Tn minus L minus m is less than, now this mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon by 2 we have written in above equation 1, and mod Tn minus m is less than epsilon by 2, it is also written here in above equation. So we substitute for that epsilon by 2 and our this equality sign less than or equal to becomes only less than, strictly less than, and therefore this modulus is now less than addition of these epsilon by 2 is epsilon, therefore this is modulus is less than epsilon, and for all n greater than or equal to capital N, and therefore by definition of limit we can say that limit of this Sn minus Tn is equal to L minus m. So limit Sn minus Tn is equal to L minus m, and L is nothing but limit of Sn, m is nothing but limit of Tn, therefore limit of Sn minus Tn is equal to limit of Sn minus limit of Tn. We have proved this. Now the next theorem 13 is, this is for product. Product means product of constant number and a sequence. If sequence Sn, n is equal to 1 to infinity, is a sequence of real numbers, and if C belongs to R means C is any real number, and if limit of Sn as n tends to infinity is equal to L, then limit of C into Sn is equal to C into L. So this is very simple proof. Since at the start we take first value C is equal to 0, because this is a special value and we have to prove for that. So limit of C into Sn, n tends to infinity, this is equal to, we have taken C is equal to 0, therefore limit of 0 into Sn, this is equal to limit of 0, and limit of 0 is 0. Here any number remains as it is, since here it does not contain n, therefore limit of 0 is equal to 0. Therefore limit of C into Sn, we have shown that it is equal to 0, and right hand side is our C into L. So C is equal to 0, so 0 into L is also equal to 0. So both the sides of this in the statement limit C into Sn is equal to C into L is equal, and therefore we have proved this theorem for C is equal to 0. Now we have to prove for any real number C other than 0. So limit of Sn is equal to L, therefore for given epsilon greater than 0 there exists n belongs to capital I such that mod Sn minus L is less than, we have taken for our convenience epsilon upon mod C. So this is for n greater than or equal to capital N. For given epsilon there exists capital N such that this mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon upon mod C for all n greater than or equal to capital N. So now we have to find the value of limit of C into Sn. So now this mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon upon mod C. Here multiplying both the sides by mod C. Mod C is a number, absolute value of C. So we can multiply both the sides. So here we get mod C into mod Sn minus L is less than, here mod C get cancelled and remains only epsilon. This is for all n greater than or equal to capital N. Now in this mod C into mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon, but here we take this mod C into this mod as Sn minus L inside this modulus. So mod of C into Sn minus L is less than epsilon. Here this property is modulus of product of these two modulus is equal to modulus of product. So here product of these two modulus we have taken it in one epsilon, one modulus, that is modulus of product, using this property. So now we have taken this C inside the modulus, we can multiply by C. So we get C into Sn, modulus of C into Sn minus C into L. This is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to n. Therefore, for given epsilon we have shown that mod C into Sn minus C into L is less than epsilon. That means for by definition of limit we have shown that limit of C into Sn is equal to this C into L. So limit of C into Sn is equal to C into L. That means C into L means limit of Sn as n tends to infinity. Thus we have shown that limit of C into Sn is equal to C into limit of Sn. Hence we proved this theorem. So we stop here.